السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. قبل نطب الفيديو على طول، بما انه كلاسيكال انجلش يعني شنو؟ يعني اشياء مأخوذة من mythology، شكسبير، هيريتيج، هذين السوالف. أريد نشوف شنو الكلمات أو المعاني. عندنا classical mythology legends. The Achilles heel, a vulnerable point or weakness that can lead to downfall despite overall strength. Origin, طبعا أعطيك الأوريجين. The Greek hero Achilles was dipped in the river Styx by his mother as an infant, making his entire body invulnerable except for the heel by which she held him. Pandora's box, لا أشوف Pandora's, a process or source that generates many complicated or unexpected problems. In mythology, Pandora opened a jar containing all the miseries of humankind, releasing them into the world forever. Hello. Medusa touch. Medusa? Medusa. The uncanny ability to turn anything one is involved into profitable success. King Midas was granted a wish by a Dionysus that everything he touched turned to gold. Herculean task requiring tremendous effort, strength, and endurance. Origin, named after Heracles and his legendary 12 nearly impossible labors. Trojan horse. طروادة. A person or thing that brings about internal destruction or subversion from a positive trust. The Greek used the giant wooden horse filled with soldiers secretly infiltrate the city of Troy. Narcissist or narcissism, طبعا أكيد تعمل النرجسية. It is a self-love of vanity, preoccupation with oneself. Narcissus was a handsome Greek youth who fell hopelessly in love with his own reflection in a pool of water. Sisyphean task or Sisyphean, meaning a never-ending, futile labor struggle. Sisyphus. احنا عندنا سيزيفوس. سيزيفيوس. ذاك كان اكو تمثال بالمدينة مالتي. سيزيفيوس. تمثال سيزيف. تمثال سيزيف. Sisyphus was condemned by the god to eternally push a massive boulder, حجر, up the hill, only to watch it roll back down, opening a can of worms, creating a complicated situation full of hidden problems inspired loosely by the chaos of Pandora's jar. Pandora's in the depth, and mythological openings. To cross the Rubicon, to pass a point of no return, taking an irrevocable step. Julius Caesar led his army across the Rubicon River in 489 BC, officially declaring civil war against the Roman Senate. Pyrrhic victory. A victory won at too great of cost, rendering it virtually defeat. Origin, King Pyrrhus of Epirus suffered devastating casualties while defeating the Romans in 279 BC. Sword of Damocles. An imminent, ever-present peril hanging over someone in a position of power. Damocles, who envied King Dionysius II, was meant to sit under a sword suspended only by a single horsehair at the royal banquet. Stentorian voice, extremely loud or booming of an applied or speaker or lecturer. Centaur was a Greek herald in the Iliad. Iliad. طبعا اكو عندنا الإليادة واكو الإنياد. أتوقع الإلياذة بدل الإنياذة. الإلياذة لشاعر إغريقي اسمه هومر. الإنياذة أتوقع يمكن لفيرجل. يمكن شاعر روماني. حاول أن أرجع وأتأكد يكون بالأخير. Whose voice was as loud as the roar of 50 men. Mentor, an experienced and trusted advisor guide. And humorous artist. طبعا الأوديسة الإلياذة والأوديسة ملاحم لهوميروس. Mentor وطبعا هذا اسم was a loyal friend of Odysseus, entrusted with raising and teaching his son, Telemachus, an apple of discord. The root core caused a major dispute, jealousy, or argument. Iris, the goddess of discourse, tossed a golden apple inscribed to the fairest among the goddesses, sparking a virality that led to the Trojan War. جماعة أثينا. Halcyon days, period of peace, calm and happy tranquility. Alcyone, nested on the sea, and her magical charm calmed the winds and waves for 14 days during the winter solstice. طبعا شكسبير شنو عندك؟ والله عندنا هواي. اسمع يقول لك بريف نيو وورلد. طبعا انا جيتك الاوريجن خصوصا بالمسارح مع شكسبير، مسرحيات. Brave the world, new world, a radically transformed, futuristic, or technological society often used as a فعل origin coined by William Shakespeare in The Tempest at Asma, Act 5, Scene 1. Wild goose chase, a hopeless pursuit or search for something unattainable. Origin popularized in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 4, referencing to erratic style and horse racing. Break the ice. Casting ثلج شنو الدنيا حارة. To make people feel more relaxed, comfortable, and awkward or from a situation. First recording in Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew, Act 1, Scene 2. طبعا Act 2 والفصل والسين هو المشهد. All that glitters is not gold. ليس كل ما يلمع ذهبا. Shakespeare. Attractive outward appearances can be deceptive. Not every valuable looks precious. Rooted in the medieval proverb famously phrased by Shakespeare in The Merchant of Venice, baby. شنو Merchant of Venice؟ تاج البندقية. طبعا مو البندقية طا يا بندقية ولا بندقية مدينة إيطالية إيش بيك؟ أنت شنو تبع حياتهم كلها حرب؟ Where one's heart upon one's sleeve. يعني شنو اللي بقلبي على لساني. To openly display one's feelings or emotion rather than hiding them. Origin used in a largo Shakespeare's Othello. اسمه نسميها بالترجمة العربية أوتيل. اسمه Othello. Act 1, Scene 1. Salad day. أيام زلاطة. يا زلاطة إيش بيك؟ شو قصة؟ أيام شباب وين؟ A youthful period. A youthful period of love experience, innocence, or enthusiasm, and idealism. Come by Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. Habibi, Antony and Cleopatra. Act 1, Scene 5. Full circle, returning to original position, state condition after a series of changes. Using a King Lear, a Malik Lear, Act 5, Scene 3. The wheel is come full circle. Good riddance. يعني بالطقاق إلى 60 داهية. طبعا good riddance مقابل لباي فيليشا. طبعا مو سلم بني اسمه فيليشا تودع، لا باي فيليشا يعني في امان الله، تجي ليس في امان الله في 60 داهية. A relief and happy expression when getting rid of unwanted person or thing found on Troilus and Cressida. Act 2, Scene. طبعا هذا نعطيك المرجع تراجع. Act 2, Scene 1. The milk of human kindness. The milk. Compassion, empathy, natural human sympathy. Sympathy for others. Origin spoken by Lady Macbeth in Macbeth, Habibi. Act 1, Scene 5. Foul play, treachery, illegal activity, or crime, often murder, or infrequently used across Shakespeare plays, not only in Hamlet. Habibi, Hamlet. Act 1, Scene 1. Method and the Madness. ليش الحسن مال مكبث؟ هاملت على بالي. A hidden logical purpose or sensible plan behind bizarre or chaotic behavior. Spoken by Polonius observing Hamlet in Hamlet Act 2 Scene 2. Polonius اللي انكتر عليه Hamlet. A tower of strength, an already dependable, stronger supported person in time of crisis. Originating from Richard III, Act 5, Scene 3. Lie low, to remain hidden or keep out of sight to avoid trouble. Polarized in Shakespeare's works, later adopted globally. Too much of a good thing, excess enjoyment or quantity, more quality, have become harmful and annoying. Found as you like it. As you like it. جماعة السادس توسط Act 4 Scene. طبعا هذا أرقام رومانية ترى. أرقام رومانية. C1. A green-eyed monster. Jealousy or envy person-eyed. Coined by a Largo and Otello. طبعا Largo شو اسمه؟ Largo هي أو Lago. Otello, Act 3, Scene 3, describing jealousy. Hello. What about classical fiction, poetry, and biblical heritage, Habib Galbi? What does mean catch-22? A problematic, paradoxical situation from which individual can escape because of contradictory rules or condition. Coined from Joseph Heller's famous 1961 satirical novel Catch-22. هلا هذا مين هذا؟ فينك ترى؟ قطعها. Brobding Nagian. وش هذا؟ Gigantic, enormous, and callous landscape. شنو هذا؟ Derived from Jonathan Swift in 1726. Masterpiece Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver. Representing the lands of giants. Oh, Gilver. احنا مو نسمي Visiting Kens. نحن ذا. وهذا شنو هذا؟ Lilliputian. Oh, Lilliputian. Several petty and extremely small in size. Also in Gulliver's Travel, presenting the nation of 10 people. 10 people? Exotic. Quixotic, exceedingly idealistic. طبعا Don Quixote by the fantastic book. And realistic and practical romantic pursuits, named after the eccentric, delusional knight Don Quixote from the Miguel de Cervantes novel. طبعا أكيد اسمعني. Byronic hero, a moody rebellion's romantic character with a dark past and magnetic charm. And her famous English Lord Byron Habibi, reflecting his personal literary works. Oedipus complex, a psychological term for unconscious desires toward a partner of the opposite sex. Dragon from Sophocles, ancient Greek tragedy, Odysseus Rex. طبعا Sophocles مسرحي إغريقي صاحب مسرحية أوديب ملكا. طبعا اللي زوجهم أكيد زوجهم ما يدري طبعا. Utopia. Hello, Utopia. A model or model on طبعا اسمها modeled on or made for a state which everything's perfect. طبعا اسمها Utopia وديستوبيا. ديستوبيا المدينة المضللة ويوتوبيا المدينة الفاضلة, implying it's unachievable. Coined by Sir Thomas More in his 1516 book Utopia. Babel, town of Babel, a continuous noise made by many voices or a scene of noisy confusion and misunderstanding. Biblical account for Genesis, Sefer Queen, Genesis, where God confounded human speech to stop the construction of the massive tower. God Samaritan, what is that? A compassionate stranger who selflessly helps someone in distress. From the famous parable of the Good Samaritan in a Gospel of Luke. Gospel كان توقع الإنجيل. Gospel. Forbidden fruit, desirable object or action that are strictly prohibited, making them even more tempting. شنقل كلمة ممنوع مرغوب. The fruit of the tree knowledge of the garden طبعا يقصد الشجرة اللي موجودة بجنة عدن. Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Doubting Thomas. Who's Thomas? Skeptic one. Refuses to believe something without direct personal physical proof. Apostle Thomas. طبعا Apostle. طبعا كذلك نرجع له. Who doubted the resurrection عودة المسيح of Jesus and he touches his wound. Apostle. Scapegoat. كبش فداء. A person who is blamed for wrongdoings, mistakes, or faults of others, rooted in the ancient Hebrew ritual of Yom Kippur, where sins were symbolically placed on a goat, sent into the wilderness. Judas kiss, an act of ultimate betrayal disguised of a sign of friendship, affection, and loyalty. Judas Iscariot betrayed شو تكون ما يجي موجودين ما شاء الله اين بيجونا كتلونا شينا فرعون منه معذب لنا هذا انبياء هذا كذا هذا صار بينا هذا شينا طبعا صار بينا عندكم مو عندنا. Jesus to the authorities by identifying him with what with a kiss with قبلة شنو هذا washing one's hands or something. انت تعرفي يعني غسلت ايدي من الموضوع. Declaring one's absolute refusal to take responsibility for an outcome or action. Pontius Pilate publicly washed his head before sending Jesus. A wolf in a sheep's clothing, a general person or entity pretending to be harmless, kind, or friendly. Tantrum or one Yusuf's fables and reference in the New Testament. شو تستمد ويا قصص العهد الجديد. By skin of one's teeth يعني بشق الأنفس. Narrow escape a disaster, succeeding by a very slim margin. Originates from the book of Job. طبعا هو أيوب. Job 19:20. I am skipped with the skin of my teeth, feet of clay, a hidden fatal flaw, weakness, or corruption in a person who is otherwise admired. Derived from the book of Daniel, erupting King Nebuchadnezzar. Prophetic dreams. يسمونه Nebuchadnezzar على قولة الجماعة ما الإنجليزي. Nebuchadnezzar عرفه؟ A drop in a pocket. Hello in a pocket. Very small طبعا, insignificant amount compared to what is needed or expected. Found in the biblical book of Isaiah. طب يسمونه Messiah 1450. تعال صدق شنو 14 40 15 هاي اشياء راح نرجع لها بعدين. Gordian knots, extremely complex and intractable problem solved by a bold, decisive, or unconventional action. Alexander the Great, كذا المقدوني, reportedly sliced through the intricate knot tied by King Gordius with his sword rather than untying it. Rhodes Scholar, an exceptionally brilliant intellectual scholar or student, originally named after the prestigious international postgraduate scholarship established under the will of Cicero Rhodes.